What if you could have power at your off-grid property? Something that took you a day to set up, get running, and all your essentials are taken care of. As many of you know, we are headed to an off-grid cabin that we purchased in Alaska. This cabin is super rustic. It has 4 walls, it has a roof, and that's all it has. We are gonna begin a really big project of turning this rustic off-grid cabin into something that still feels like a rustic off-grid cabin, but has some modern amenities which will make off-grid life better for our big family. We're talking solar systems, water systems, heating systems, cooking systems. To do this, we're going to need power. We'll need it for our tools, we'll need it for our food, from preparing meals to keeping our food from spoiling. We'll need to light the cabin, we'll need some power to power our communication devices. Early on in this project, the real life or death situation that we absolutely need good power for our cabin on day 1, laundry. If I don't get a working washing machine ready before my family of 9 arrives to this off-grid cabin, yeah, it'll be life or death for me. This isn't our first time being off-grid in Alaska. We spent an entire summer off-grid in Alaska back in 2023. And over time, we grew to really love a lot about off-grid life in Alaska. But something that we never grew to love was hand washing all our clothes. And if I'm gonna make this transition where my big family is happy in our off-grid homestead in Alaska, I'm going to need to make sure we can wash clothes. And you know what? I'm gonna reach for the stars here. I'm gonna see if I can't even wash clothes and run the dryer to dry them. Because if there's one thing we learned about Alaska off-grid life, it's even in the summertime, the weather can be rainy, it can be cold, and if you think you're gonna dry your clothes out on a line, you might be really disappointed and really damp. In our off-grid adventure, we actually wound up using a laundromat a lot, and every time we would go to the laundromat, it was like $50. I'm not kidding. So in this video, this is the second video in a series where we're outlining our power plan for our off-grid life. This is the second stage of our off-grid plan. We're gonna be showing you how we plan on having a fully operational solar power system on day 1. We're gonna, in one day, be able to set this up, get it running, and this system's gonna be able to power all our essentials. What is this system? The Jackery Explorer 5000 Plus. We have partnered with Jackery. They have provided this equipment. Now let me tell you something. I'm not kidding you. I get emails every single day for products that they want me to share on my channel. Everything from, and I have no idea why, beauty products, to furniture, to video games. Most of the time we just flat out say no, because if it's not a product that we need, that we use, we won't share it with our audience. However, in this particular instance, we finally said yes. By the nature of this project, building an off-grid cabin and trying to modernize it, we need a lot of things. And so we've partnered with these different companies, products that we would have bought even if the company said, no, we're not gonna work with you. Fortunately, we're happy Jackery has partnered with us. And this unit, I am so excited to get to the cabin because this thing is designed to run all the essentials. I have used portable power stations a lot, but what makes this unit different than the ones we've used in the past is its size. Its capacity and its output are much bigger. This particular unit has 5 kilowatt hours of capacity, and should you need it or should I need it, it's an expandable system, something you can add on to get up to 60 kilowatt hours. It has 7,200 watts of output power, and that's why we picked this particular unit, because what we're doing is we're going beyond like the charging your phone and mini fridge power station. This, see that right there? Whole home backup power. It's an EHB system, an essential home backup system. EHB systems are designed to provide a reliable power support specifically for your home's core systems. In addition to this unit, we got a smart transfer switch from Jackery. So when you combine the two, what that means, if you are connected to the grid and your power goes out, the smart transfer switch will automatically kick this on. We're gonna test that out while we're still here on the grid, because when I'm like, for example, working on the Homesteady show, I'm on my computer and doing editing and that sort of thing, we get power outages from time to time. We're out in the country. And if I'm working on a video and the power goes off, my system crashes, I'll lose a lot of that work. If I haven't saved it recently, that work is gone. With a system like this plugged in, they kick on and they keep my computer running, I don't lose anything. A lot of people would use a system like this in their home as a very cost-effective way of backing up what's important, what they want to keep running should the power go off, without spending a fortune on a system that can back up the entire home. So this could be used on grid as a good home backup. That's what a lot of people are doing. For us, we're going to be using it to run all our essentials in the cabin in Alaska. Charge our batteries, run our tools. We're gonna be able to run a refrigerator. We'll have lighting if we need lighting inside the cabin. And of course, my biggest aspiration, doing laundry. Let's see if this baby can replace the laundromat. Let's get it open. Okay, first impressions. It's a big unit, 5 kilowatt hour system. It's 132 pounds. Not bad for such a big, powerful system. But the best part, they built in these wheels and this hand truck handle. Wow. Okay, wow, look at that. First thoughts there. Super easy to get this thing around. Which makes that 132 pounds, wow, effortless to move around. I loved that. That's fantastic. Then there was the connection options. We got AC outlets, we got USB ports, we got a dedicated transfer switch port. We had 120 and 240 outlets, which was awesome. The display is clear, shows all the power information at a glance, all good. I was really excited about this. I had to show Kay. Swivel wheels, hand truck handle. It's got an app, which I know, like, you wanted another app on your phone, right? But it is pretty handy because I gotta charge this thing before I test it out on the dryer, which is the ultimate test. And it came at like 15%, so I can just get some work done and I can monitor it. So this thing is charging, we're at 56%. I am dying to test out whether or not I can do my laundry at the cabin. So what we're gonna do to get it to charge even faster, it'll charge in 2 hours. I'm just being impatient here. We're gonna do double charge. We're gonna actually hook it up to our solar panels. This could not be any more plug and play, any more simple. For the sake of today's test, I'm just gonna plug in one panel, but they give you everything that you need to plug them into a series so you can charge this thing really quickly. But for the sake of this test today, I just wanna plug in and I wanna show you how easy this is. I just take this one plug from the panel and I plug it right in just like that. Plug it in. Big jump. That's just with one panel on a very cloudy day. Now this is set up, it's working, it's charging. Once that gets fully charged, it's time to test out the laundry. Because I was charging off the house and this was just a quick test, I didn't set up the entire solar saga. However, I will be using this in Alaska. It will be my primary means of charging this unit. Each of these panels link together and then fold out in an accordion style solar panel that charges on both sides. This allows for a quick setup and maximum charging with a 500 watt output. That's what I'll be doing in Alaska. I let some time pass, I let it get fully charged. It was time to start the laundry test. This is it.
Like literally airing our dirty laundry.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it plugged in?
Oh, I forgot the Jackery. Let's see if we can do a load of laundry.
Plugged into the house.
All right, so here's the Jackery. I'm gonna unplug. No more power to the Jackery.
This is like a magic trick. Nothing up my sleeves. The dryer would be the big one.
So plug it in. We're plugged. Plug it into the Jackery. We turn on AC power. We're charged at 100%. The washing machine is ready to go.
Tell me when.
Do it.
So far so good.
It's working. If we could just do a load of laundry that like the day we get to the cabin. Well, actually we can because we can fill water in the top with this one.
Right, with the top load.
This would be such a huge win because a top loading washing machine like this off grid, manually you can fill water in the top. So in a place like Alaska off grid, if you can get the amount of water you need, I think it's like 10 gallons or something in one of these. You can get like 10 gallons of water in the top, you can do a load of laundry. I am thrilled about that. All right, well, I'm gonna let this thing go. We're gonna watch it and see what happens, see if it finishes the whole load, and then the final test. We'll try out the dryer. I let this thing run a full cycle. I just checked on it from time to time to make sure it was still working. Finally, when the load was all finished, I came, checked on it, make sure everything was still working, and I checked to see how much battery life we still had. Oh man! Yes! Yes! The Speed Queen full cycle. That is gonna turn so much Alaska mud and dirt into not a big deal for me. Oh man. That means all the flannels that are gonna be covered in slimy salmon scales and dust from gold pans, all the Alaska mess you can possibly imagine, that Speed Queen's gonna just make disappear. So, awesome, awesome first test for the Jackery. Should we go for the bonus round? I think we should. We can dry our clothes out on a line as long as it's sunny. And we can even rig up something to air dry our clothes on the inside of the cabin when we're running the wood stove. But a dryer would just really sweeten it all that much more. Let's see if we can't dry this load in a dryer off the Jackery. This is a big test. 95% battery life after doing that entire load of that entire wash load. It only went through 5% of the battery. So that's great. I'm gonna unplug it. I went to do the dryer test, and that's when I realized that our dryer has the old style of dryer plug, 3 prongs, that was not compatible with the Jackery. I gave up on the test for the time being. I was super bummed because I really wanted to see if this was possible. I thought about it overnight, and that's when I remembered we have a backup washer and dryer. We're a big family. We have an extra washer and dryer to help us get through all these dirty clothes. When I checked it, sure enough, it had the right style of plug. It was time to do the test. Okay, a little bit of an update. You'll notice we're in a different spot, a different dryer. We're gonna test this dryer out. We're gonna run a full dryer cycle and see if the Jackery can power this dryer. If it can power this dryer, then when we get to our cabin in Alaska, it can power whatever dryer we get for that cabin. So, let's test it out. That's a good sign. Got it all connected. We're gonna do a normal cycle, and we're gonna hit all right. We're gonna let that run. Oh man, that's so awesome. All right, well, I'm not gonna celebrate too much till the hour passes and I pull out that big blanket there and feel it all warm and cozy. I had some work to do, some time to kill, so I just let this load go, and I came and checked on it a couple times to make sure it was still working right. Everything went off without a hitch. Oh man, I can't tell you how excited I am about this. We got 2 minutes left on our hour-long drying cycle. Normal cycle, normal power, everything needed to dry clothes. And look we only went through 50%. We went through 60%. We went through 60% of the Jackery unit's power. That is amazing. That means we were able to do an entire 1 hour dryer load. It didn't even use up all of our battery. It still has 40%. And if we were doing this and at the same time had solar panels outside charging it, we would have even more battery bank left. This means we can totally do wash and drying in Alaska. This is such a game changer. I'm so excited to take this. And this is a system you can get set up in one day. There it is. We're done. And, oh yeah. Yep. Warm, worked like a charm, and still have battery life. We could do another load. Well, we couldn't do another whole load. We have to charge it up a little bit, but ready to rock. This is gonna make a huge difference in Alaska. Now, we're not in Alaska yet. We still have a couple weeks while we're here to get ready and get prepped. So I have another idea. Before we took the Jackery and all its accessories to the cabin in Alaska, I wanted to test out its on-grid capabilities as a backup power source. I had my electrician come by. Make sure to use a professional electrician to do this. He came by and he hooked up the Jackery and the smart transfer switch. And there's two reasons that you might want to do this. First off, when the power goes out, you can set up your Jackery to instantly, we're talking 20 milliseconds, switch on and power the circuits that you choose to power in your home, the essentials. And the other reason you might want to hook up the Jackery and the smart transfer switch is the ability to save some money on your electric bill. I'll explain how that works in just a second here, but the electrician was done installing it and I wanted to test out its ability to be a backup power source. There it is. I'll plug that in. It should, it's on, it's powered. Well, let's see. Let's turn it off. If it doesn't work, it's because I didn't put it in the mode. So that goes off. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess I have to put it in that mode, which is super. Hold on, that's a good sign. Oh, hey,
there it is.
There it is. Well, that wasn't too bad.
That's excellent.
And that's, so they have a mode where you set it up and it's instant. But that's not bad.
No.
This system is designed, the smart transfer switch, we just had our electrician install it. It was a big to-do. Don't DIY this, have a professional electrician do it. Because if you do it wrong, you can, problems. So we had our electrician install it, and here's how this works. So we have the Jackery Explorer 5000. We have this cable here that comes up and it plugs into the smart transfer switch. The smart transfer switch is connected to our breaker box. So here's what happens. We're charging our Explorer 5000 right now. If the grid power goes off, the smart transfer switch kicks on, and the circuits that we have decided to keep going. So let me show you what we did. Let's pretend there's a power outage here, and I'm going to pretend that by shutting off the main breaker. Uh-oh, there's a power outage. Wait for it. The smart transfer switch is smart. It just turned on, and now our Jackery 5000 is powering these lights, and this is why this is so cool. This means when the power goes out, even with the power out, your Explorer 5000 can keep your freezer running, keep everything frozen. If the power goes out, the milk in your refrigerator, especially if it's your raw farm fresh milk, isn't going to spoil. Your farm fresh eggs are gonna stay good. You don't have to worry about your food spoiling. Your microwave. I could use my microwave right now running off the Jackery Explorer 5000. Now, here's a quick note. While you saw it took about 10 seconds for the lights to turn off and then kick back on when we simulated our power outage, you can update in your app. You can change the mode so that it happens instantaneously. I haven't played around much with the app yet. I've been busy testing this unit, boots on the ground. I'll get to the app. I'll turn that into the instantaneous mode. Another really cool thing you can do with this combination is with the app, you can program it to run off of your battery box during peak hours. If you have peak hours where they charge you more money for your electric draw off the grid, you can run off of your Jackery unit during peak hours, save yourself a little bit of money on your electric bill. Okay, so this is my first look at the Jackery Explorer 5000. And at first glance, I am really, really excited to be using this. Now, obviously, this is my first glance. I haven't been able to put it to the test, but I am absolutely going to be taking it with me to our off-grid cabin and doing just that. I'm going to be putting it to the test. I feel very confident that it's going to take care of what we need, but I will be doing follow-up videos. I will show you the system in action. So stay tuned. You will see this trial by fire as we take this Jackery off-grid into the wilds of Alaska and use it to power everything the early days at the cabin. The fact that it's super portable means I can use it all over the cabin, I can use it all over the property. Wherever I need power in Alaska, I can take it with me. This thing is gonna be great for us. What about for you? Is it something that you could use at your homestead? We've seen a ton of extreme weather occurrences in the last couple of years, hurricanes and tornadoes, wildfires and snowstorms, all kinds of crazy weather events. Having a source of backup power is a great thing to have. More and more people are making EHB, essential home backup power, a priority. And if that's you, if that's something that you want, this absolutely is a great unit to do that. Actually, I gotta say, after the electrician was done working and seeing how it all worked, he was really impressed. He was asking me questions. He was like, you know what? That's worked really, really good actually. It might be something worth installing on my farm. So it had my electrician's approval. He thought it was a really good prep to have on his farm. It might be just the solution you're looking for a cost-effective way to have some essential power backup at your home for your family. If you are interested in getting yourself a Jackery 5000, I will have links in the description of this video. Again, we partnered with them on this video. They provided us with this, and I am new to this unit, but I am going to put it to the test. You're gonna see further information. If you're looking to get one for yourself, I will have links in the description of this video. I'll have an affiliate link. If you thought this video was valuable and helped you see what this actually could do and you want to use our affiliate link, awesome. I earn a small commission from that. But I also have a non-affiliate link. If you just want to order it and you don't like doing the affiliate thing, I totally understand. We are headed off-grid to Alaska. We have showed you in the last 2 videos in this series how we're going to establish power the moment we pull up to the cabin. And now in this episode, we've shown you how we're going to get power for the entire cabin essentials in just 1 day. In the 3rd video in this series, we're going to show you what we're going to use long-term, a full-on solar array, photovoltaic cell, solar system. That will be coming in a month or so, so stay tuned. We'll continue this series as we get closer to getting to our cabin and powering it up even off-grid.